Yeah, it's basically just oh, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, love cats? What's up, Enrique and Serby? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry about the no audio. I plugged it in, but I forgot to switch over. Hello, hello. I unearthed my colored pencils. So I've had these for about a little, like probably like a year and a half. I got these in, I think maybe even 2 years ago. Yeah, I think I got these like 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, actually. Um, this is the last time I attempted art. I think it was about 3 years ago. So I've kind of, like, these have been buried, and I unearthed them. So I already, when I first got them, I actually didn't really use them. I organized them by color number, because these were numbered, but they were organized by palette rather than number. And so I ordered them from, like, from 1 to 73. There's actually 74 colors because there's a black and a white as well. So this goes up to 73. Maybe they were organized better before because they were by palette, but I thought maybe, like, just keep them numerical, you know, like if I want to get number 40, I go to 40, you know, like this is number 26 to 49. If I want to go from 50 to 73, I go up here. And so, you know, like, just, hey, what's up, hunting bunny? How you doing? Are you a bad bunny? bad bunny. Yeah, let's go. So I don't know, we're gonna be trying to integrate colored pencils back into my my routine. Colored pencils are fun. We do have crayons. And then also I found my extra pencils. So I found my extra pencil set. I have one of these, like, kind of artist's pencil rolling things, similar to my brush rolling thing, but this is one's for pencils. So these are different different softness pencils. I go from soft. No, this is hard to soft. So everything over here, this is 8B over here, and this is HB over here. So we have HB and then everything in between. And then also have some charcoal pencils. So having all that is good. Extra pencil holder for stumpy pencils, and I think a pigment liner. Waterproof, fade proof. Yeah, this is like a fine uniball liner. Has some needed eraser on it. Yeah, so also like a fine pigment liner. Actually, no, is it a rollerball? It might be a rollerball, it might be a pigment liner, like a permanent marker, I don't know. Still has ink in it after all these years. Because I kept this kind of in a cool, dark space. It was kind of buried under stuff, so. You have a dog? Ruff, ruff. What's up, Orvalders, and how you doing? You have a dog? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're so beautiful. Thank you, Kendall. You're a good bunny. Excuse me, who are you? Excuse me, who are you? Excuse me, who are you? Anata wa dare? Anata wa dare? Anata wa dare? Hey, Doctor Not So Happy, your whole family has a talent of drawing, but me, even my stick figures are bad. Well, you gotta start somewhere. If your stick figures are bad, at least you have a diagnostic, right? So at least you have a diagnostic, and you can start there. You know, show up and make those stick figures, buddy. It's a brown dog. Ruff, ruff. Hisanoni. Hi, Kisanoni. How you doing? We're getting ready. What you drawing? We haven't got started yet. We're going to be working with colored pencil today. Let me open up the chat. Let's get a Q&A started. Kisanoni. Let's get a Q&A started. Well, first of all, let's get a poll started. Deep pizza? Deep dish or cracker crust, or in between, something different. Yeah, start that poll. Okay, put that in there. You were just drawing a few minutes ago? Hell yeah. I'm glad that people are drawing. Okay, let's open up the other chat. Okay. Start a Q&A. Ask your art-related questions. And then let's put that here. Let's just open up for the Q&A right there. Ask your art-related questions. You love my shirt? Yeah, I wear this shirt a lot. It's just like California, kind of, got the California mascot, or whatever you want to call it, the bear. So I'm over here in sunny California. That's not so sunny. It's been raining like crazy. There's like an insane storm front, although apparently this weekend is supposed to be nice and dry, so that's good. I don't have to bring out the umbrella in my room again like I've done before. So yeah, let's... Yeah, let's switch on over to the art cam. Here we go. I think that's probably fine. Right? Should be. Oops. What oops? Mysterious cream pie. I mean, mystery Stumpy. What did you oops about? What happened? What happened? What happened, Mystery Stumpy? Used to draw and do graffiti when I was a teenager. Sometimes think about starting again. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to draw. You know, hopefully do so and commissioned if you are gonna do mural painting on. You know, don't deface anybody's property. You know, I know graffiti gets a bad rap because because people think of graffiti as you know, defacing someone's property, but proper graffiti is a genre. It's a style. And you could also get people's permission to do graffiti on like different properties like walls and such if you're good enough. So like it's something to work towards. Okay, so what colors should we work with today? Kind of just want to keep this available. Maybe I can just keep it off to the side here. We can explore which colors. Look at all the pretty colors. But let's start just getting some structure out with the mechanical pencil. Purple. Okay, and also we're going to use white paper. White might be best, but we could use cream. I kind of like the cream. It also allows us to use white strategically. I do have a white charcoal pencil, but I also have white colored pencils, so using cream gives us a little bit of different flavor. Maybe you can't really tell that it's cream here. Pink. First of all, let's get some structure. Get some parallel lines here going. Let's get like a slightly trapezoidal structure here. It's like a reverse trapezoid. The triangle should be, well, I guess that's fine. Let's put an oval underneath it, and let's put some kind of background container. Another oval, and I guess the foreground here, and then more towards the foreground. Let's put some kind of indication of foreshortening. Let's put some kind of boundary details over here. And then let's do another oval with a cone. And how about just a straight up rectangle here. Okay, and I think that's actually, let's start with just that. And how about we start with a purple? Now, are we going to use Byzantium? Yeah, let's use Byzantium. Let's go. This is number 69, giggity. Number 69, colored pencil. Let's go. 69. The focus is too much reflection. Oh, there we go. I think, yeah, we got 69, Byzantium. Yeah, let's try to see, like, where can we start with that? So let's... Because where's the light source? Maybe the light source is going to come in from this cone area. Maybe that cone is kind of going to be the brightest area. Yeah, purple colors are actually my favorite. My water bottle here is like a light kind of lilac lavender color. This one's like more of a rustic green. Yeah, leave some white space for potential blending and just also just indicating value changes. Yeah, I haven't worked with colored pencil for a number of years, so this is like, you know, it's all part of my journey here, my exploration. You sometimes thonk about starting again. Yeah, so colored pencils kind of have a softness about them. I actually don't really know, like, what makes colored pencils different from graphite pencils. Like, how does the pigmentation work? That'd be an interesting thing to watch. There's got to be some, you know, documentary about colored pencils. Hey, what's up, Dubcon Gaming? How you doing? We're doing some colored pencils. I haven't used these in like 3 years. Or maybe only a year and a half. I actually don't know. I don't remember. I found them. They were buried. And so I'm going to use them. I didn't want to buy new colored pencils. I'm kind of broke right now. So I bought a bunch of art supplies this past month. And I'm kind of broke now. So... And also, even when I get more money, I gotta start saving up my money. I don't really need to buy art supplies anymore. I kind of got enough. So now we're just in the long term, you know, now it's time to actually use the supplies and actually do art. Aww. Yeah, let's get like kind of a base layer of purple. Now, I don't know, it's like with different pigments, there's a different order of layering. I actually don't know particularly how layering works. Do you go from dark to light or light to dark? Or does it matter? So let's start with layering with a pink, because somebody had mentioned they want me to use pink. So we're going to use light pink. Number 066. Too bad it's not 067. That's actually a sandstone. Maybe we should use sandstone so we can get the 67. Yeah, sandstone gives us the 67. You got to get the 67s in chat, okay? Yeah, let's layer some of the light pink over the Byzantium. You can kind of see like a indentation of the layering. I actually don't... Maybe it's light to dark is better. So if we do light right here, and then layer the Byzantium over it. Yeah, so light to dark is better for colored pencils. For optical... It looks like optical layering, optical blending, just like ballpoint, but it seems to be a little bit heavier. So I got to be really careful with blending for colored pencils compared to crayons or ballpoint. Because it seems like layering works a bit differently. So let's start with, like, if we do a light pink over here. Like, let's do some light pink. And then how about we go in with a very light version of the... Let's use a light touch of the Byzantium. And then let's go in with the sandstone for the final pass there. Yeah, kind of subtle blending, because if I did the sandstone over here... If I go harder, it's a little bit, yeah, kind of, You're back? Hey, Rainy Gal, thanks for the comment. Thanks for stopping by yesterday. That was really fun, and the day before and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, yesterday you were here in the stream and then you commented. I try to read all my comments, especially if it's not a negative comment. I appreciate you here, and we're just playing around with some colored pencils. I found my colored pencils. We got 73 colors, so I guess 74 colors. I've had these for a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 years, and I haven't used them since then. I barely used them in the first place, but you know, now that I'm getting into a better habit of drawing, I want to actually use up all my supplies, instead of just letting them sit around forever unused, which is what most people do, you know. Most people, when they get art supplies, they get all excited, but then they kind of go into cold storage. Okay, so now let's add a sky blue. That's number 65 colored pencil. Yeah, after the sandstone, add like a sky blue. Compare it. That's the color by itself. Yeah, the optical blending works similar to crayons, but I feel like it blends a lot smoother than crayons. Yeah, so it seems to blend a lot like crayons. That's a lot? Yeah, I mean, it was a cheap, like, you know, $15 colored pencil set. You know, I'm trying to get your stream every single day because think you stream every single day and I want to comment on your videos. Well, I appreciate your support. I have been doing my best to stream every day. I like to learn blending techniques. Even though I do have 74 different colors, I technically don't really need to blend. But I like the idea of blending, and I think it does give a new texture because you're layering two or more colors on top of each other. So it gives like a little bit of texture. So we can get like a darker blue if I go with the Byzantium with the sky blue. And with the light pink, it kind of creates almost like a brown, or like a very like interesting looking green with the Byzantium, the light pink, and the sandstone. So with the sandstone and the sky blue, kind of creates like a green, but it's like an earthy green. Pebble from Danzy World? I have no idea what that is. Blending is actually really nice. Yeah, I like blending because it feels like you're creating something more than just using colors isolated. Because like if you use the colors on their own, it kind of has like a flatness to it, but when you blend, you can kind of see the texture changes. Now I don't know if like I need to adjust the white balance here, because I don't know if you guys are fully seeing the colors. Also, I think maybe the exposure. Low light compensation doesn't really work too well, I don't think. Well, low light compensation can yeah, I don't think any of this matters. Feels like you're making new colors. Exactly. You can get kind of more customization, especially with more base colors. Because with more base colors, With more base colors, you get kind of more intricate, like in betweens. And there's a lot of different things you can do. Now let's go in. We need some kind of red. I actually think crimson, like crimson, number 58, number 58. Yeah, let's kind of go in with some crimson here, and then see how that blends in with that sandstone and sky blue with crimson on top, right over here. Yeah, colors add like a whole other layer. Pun not intended. Colors add a whole other layer to the drawing process, and I feel like if I can understand colors, no matter what medium, whether it's with colored pencils, whether it's with crayons, whether it's with pastels, whether it's with ballpoint pen, whether it's with dip pen inks and like acrylics, oils, watercolors. Like, I feel like understanding colors is a huge part of the process. Rebecca, hey Infestomania, I'm glad I'm your favorite person for the year. Although the year is still early, so I hope I can still hold that position. Am I going to get a raise? Or am I at least going to get a promotion? As your favorite person of the year? Yeah, maybe this is starting to get muddy over here, so like there's a certain point where you have too many colors. And also just like different hatching techniques and different shading techniques with different colors adds a lot of nuance. Like if we're gonna get this like really shadowed area compared to the rest of this. And the crimson with the sky blue. Because working with like graphite, for example, you only get a single color, and it's all about shading value, which is why, you know, having multiple softnesses of pencils can give you a wide range of value, but color adds a whole other thing into the equation. Now how about we go in with a... What is even this? This is a graphite. This is a soft graphite. So let's go in and just add some graphite over here. And in between this space. And then how about... Yeah, we got this soft graphite. Do some scumbling over here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I want to add different color tests. So let's try it over like light pink at this location as like kind of a blending tool, using the color to blend the graphite. Kind of creates an interesting flavor of shadow. Now how about we go in the sky blue. And you get kind of like an interesting little hybrid of the graphite with the colored pencil. And what happens if we go in with the blender? Okay, and let's go in with the blender and ooh. Yeah, it kind of makes things like kind of pop out. Now, what if I blend the graphite? Let's blend this graphite on its own and then go over it with colored pencil. Let's just experiment. Let's blend the graphite on its own. You a girl? Yes. Well, technically I'm not a girl, I'm a woman, but everybody says girl when they mean woman, so. I don't think it's, like, some people say it in a demeaning way, you know. Like, they wouldn't call a man a boy, but they'll call a woman a girl. Like, I think it's, like, a little bit different, because, I mean, I don't mind being a girl. Like, a lot of women who are older than me call themselves girls, so I don't think it's, like, the same as, like, calling a man a boy. I think that's a completely different level. Like, when you call a man a boy, it's seen as, like, really demeaning. But when you call a woman a girl, it's almost sometimes, depending on the context, obviously. Sometimes that's actually kind of endearing. Like, sometimes. I'm not going to say, like, for everybody's different. Okay, so now that we've blended the graphite, now it looks like it gives us, like, a better layering with the colored pencil. Much darker crimson red here. Let's do some cross hatching. Almost looks like lipstick. Okay, and now let's do some circular blending. Or circular shading, I guess. Some scumbling. Yeah, let's do some scumbling. And then some hatching. Yeah, so I think doing the graphite blending and then going over with the colored pencil has like a really interesting and satisfying effect. So now let's go in with the Byzantium. Yeah, it's almost like it's a dark gray. Like Byzantium over the blended graphite. It's the feminine energy. Yeah. Female. Like the Ferengi like to say. A female. Quark. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, gendered terminology is kind of just fascinating from like a human psychology standpoint, because it's like, people think of woman, they think of a certain type of energy. When people think of girl, they think of another type of female energy. So they're both feminine energies on a spectrum. So like when people think of woman, they think of like someone doing something that they would consider more, I guess just like has more like responsibility attached to it. But then people say girl for like things that are more like, I guess, like appearances or behavior related, that what people see as more childlike behavior, which is sometimes kind of demeaning, but also sometimes it's just kind of neutral or possibly even endearing. So I don't really know. Okay, yeah, so if we do the Byzantium over the graphite, and it kind of gives like a surrounding container around the crimson red and blended graphite. It allows us to do some really smooth velvety blending over blended blended graphite. So like it gives us some blending options. Almost reminds me of pastels. Like so the colored pencil over blended graphite. It almost gives me like pastel vibes. Now how about we go in some blending with the, can we even blend colored pencil? So let's go in and, yeah, it's going to be a little harder to blend the colored pencil if we can at all. Yeah, it's really kind of hard to blend. There is some level of blending. I don't want to touch the colored pencil over the blended graphite, but I think blending the colored pencil on its own. I mean, we can go in and try, so let's go try blending some of the graphite, the colored pencil over the blended graphite. Let's see if what we can do with blending here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to blend the colored pencil, but you can kind of force it. I don't know if it ends up doing anything good. I think it's better to keep the, it seems a little bit chaotic. It actually makes it rougher. Like now you can actually see the sharpness a little bit better, it looks like. Yeah, and almost like the blending kind of makes it pop out more, which is kind of counterintuitive. What is it? It's just a test page. We're just kind of testing different different colored pencil techniques here and just kind of exploring, treating it as a design lab. It's kind of like a laboratory and less like a design lab. Like we're not really designing anything right now. We're just experimenting, seeing how colors react. Gonna make sure to keep the blending stump nice and clean when moving between colors. Yeah, so I don't really know if colored pencil can easily be blended with the stump. So it looks like most of our blending with colored pencils is going to have to rely on more deliberate hatching techniques for optical blending rather than stump blending. But there is some level of blending occurring with the stump. So I don't want to say it's completely useless. It feels like but it requires a lot more patience than graphite. What's your favorite color? I really like lavender. Lavender and lilac. Like very soft, kind of pastel-like purples. Now there's an alternative I can do. So now if I get the light graphite, and let's say I'm gonna blend over here. So let's say I'm going to blend over here first. Then, because I'm collecting graphite on the stump, Let's get this nice and blended. And then go over. Let's get some light pink over here. And then go over the light pink with the graphite already on the stump. Create some very light shadows. Like almost smoky. I will sud if you draw a tiny smiley face. People sud? Are you got some soap? The sub. Well, thanks for the sub. I drew a tiny smiley face. Now, if you want an actual, like, smiley face, like, just a traditional smiley face. Okay, and then let's get a yellow. And then let's go in some of the okay, and then let's go in for some shading here. Getting a traditional smiley face. Can you do human things? Get some kind of three-dimensional shading kind of stuff going over here. Yeah, Tonya Kennedy, you like the smiley? So it looks like if I'm going to do graphite blending, might be better to do the graphite first. and then go over with colored pencils. So if I want to do yellow, go yellow over the graphite, and it kind of creates interesting dark green actually. Yellow and black kind of, or yellow and gray kind of create like a green. Oh shit, we got some Circle of the Moon. Let's go. We got Castlevania. Let's go. How much for a small turtle? Okay, let's go for a turtle. Okay, here's the turtle. In fact, I think we already kind of got the shape of a turtle. Let's make a little tail. And then we have the underbelly. Shell. Let's make a kind of it's almost like a box turtle, right? And then let's go in and kind of like add the neck, and then not that big of a head, but kind of add the head over here. And then like let's give him some personality here. We got a turtle, and then okay, let's add the legs. Little stumps over here. And then another one back here. Okay. Yeah, we got our little turtle buddy. Let's go. Okay, now let's go in for some blending. Might need some additional shading. Start with the body over here. I don't know if this is proper turtle anatomy, but I'm not trying to be perfect. His name is Kenny. Hi, I'm Kenny. Rise from your grave. Yeah, let's give him a little turtleneck here. Sagging turtleneck over there going in. Let's give him a Giga Chad chin. There we go. He's got a Giga Chad chin. Let's go. Now he's got a Giga Chad chin. Let's go. Kenny. Okay, now let's go in for the blending. Yes, he's mogging us. Yeah. Get mogged, bro. Kenny the turtle. Let's go. I mean, it's more like a tortoise. Okay, now let's give a, what kind of green? Okay, let's go with a hunter green, number 57. Okay, that's a decent green. Alien? So you mean drawing myself? Huh. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm from outer space. Wonders up the odd girl. Let's go, Wonder Pup. Wonder Pups and the odd girl. Why aren't you even? Why are you so odd? Why aren't you even? Body goals. Yeah, Giga Chad the Tortoise. Giga Tortoise. Let's go Giga Tortoise. You know, sometimes when you die and you set with Rick and Mortis, but this one's set with Giga Tortoise. Okay. Yeah, we got Giga Tortoise over here. Let's go, Giga Tortoise. Kenny the Giga Tortoise. Your name is Marley? Marley, Charlie. Marley. Wake up, Marley. Wake up, Marley. Giga Tortoise, let's go. He's got the jawline and a chin. Okay, now for his shell. Yeah, this music is Giga Tortoise. Let's go. This is Kenny's theme song. Okay, so now we need, let's get that sandstone. First of all, let's do the shading. Sandstone, yellow, and graphite. Blended graphite. Give him that shell here. Let's put some graphite over the top here because this needs to be, you know, the rest of his shell. Okay, get this blending. Where's that sandstone? Or should we go with the darker brown? Let's go with spice. Yeah, let's get some spice going. Yeah, number 56. Spice. Sugar, spice, everything nice. Gigatortoise! Kenny is the first Gigatortoise, first of his name. Let's go. The Gigatortoise. Sitting in that rigor mortis with Gigatortoise. Yeah, I don't know about the coloring here, but it is what it is. Try to do some level of blending. A little kind of pointless, but it's I don't know about 100% pointless. Yeah, now we got Kenny the Gigatortoise. Let's go. Welcome back, Tonya Kennedy. Yeah, we got Kenny the Gigatortoise to come back to. This live is funny. Well, Trumpsaurus. Gigatortoise. Yeah, so I think the blended graphite is a good underlayer for underwear. No, a good underlayer for interesting blending with colored pencil. To get like darker colors. A little bit more texture. Okay, let's go over with let's try a really let's try bright fuchsia over here. Yeah, because normally it's like this. See it go into the blended graphite. Draw fish. Yeah, let's get Admiral Blue. I don't even know if that's a fish. Not so gigafish. Let's go. Yeah. There we go. The forbidden love between a fish and a gigatortoise. A blorb fish and a gigatortoise. Hi Kenny, I'm Chloe. I be fish. And then you gotta have I got some hearts. Cracker crust is thin slice? Yes. I actually have some deep dish pizza. Deep dish pizza? I got some deep dish pizza ready to go. Yeah, the fish is in the water. The turtle's on land. Forbidden love between Gigatortoise and fish. ADHD taking over and making a puzzle and watching a show and watching it at the same time. Man, I'm missing the plot twist. Yeah, you be missing plot twist, Wonder Pups and the Odd Girl. Let's go. What show? Not ADHD, autocorrect. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh, I've seen that movie. Not ADHD? We got the sun in the top left. And we got a sky. And we got some kind of cave thing. And we got some onlookers looking at their lovely relationship. Hey, Granite. Kenny and Chloe, the original odd couple. This is what started all human life on Earth. You had a gigatortoise and a blobfish, and they had wonderful love and had children, and those children were our common ancestors. Their children are our common ancestors. The Giga Chad tortoise and the Blorby Blorb fish. That was what makes human. We are part Giga Chad and we are part Blorb turtle, Blorb fish. Part Giga Tortoise. That is what makes human. That is what makes human. This is the origin story of the human life form on Earth. This is accurate history. This is accurate biology history. The Gigatortoise and the Blobfish made babies, and those babies were our common ancestors that we share with the great apes like gorilla and chimpanzee and orangutan. And Homo erections. Um, this is accurate history of planet Earth. Planet Earth. This is accurate history of planet Earth. See, these are our common ancestors. You guys helped me tell a beautiful story of love and creation. This beautiful story that is the planet Earth. Burn out by a short skate session? Soul, why be skating? You need to be watching my stream. Megan and Megan 2? There's a Megan? Wait, so Percy Jackson and the Olympians auto-corrected to ADHD? Oh. What were you trying to type instead of ADHD? Fish named Sir Muffins. No, it's not Sir Muffin. It's Chloe. Hey, Chloe. I be fish. Hi, I'm Kenny. Kenny the Giga Tortoise. I'm talking with Tanya Kendi, aka Chloe, playing a virtual game and watching the show and doing a puzzle and watching you at the same time. Can never do one thing. Oh, I'm going to paint my nails. Yeah, paint your nails, Wonder Pups. Paint your nails, paint your nails. Turn the page, wash my hands. Turn the page, wash my hands. Or turn the page, wash my hands. Now that we're done with this lovely, beautiful art, let's put the colored pencils away for now. Okay, so we got number 61 is here. Number 3 is here. So where's number 4? I don't think, oh, I think number 4 is white. So we skipped 4. And we got number 1 is black. So we actually start with number 2, phthalo blue. Okay, let's see. We got number 58, crimson. Next to number 59, Turkish blue. Okay, we got number 23, fuchsia. Next to rose carmine, number 22. Okay, so let's go, yeah, number 69, giggity, Byzantium. And now we got spice, number 56. We got Hunter Green, number 57. We got Light Pink, number 66. We got Sky Blue, number 65. And we got Sandstone, number 67. Alright. And that's it for the colored pencils. Okay, now let's just get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's just work. Again, let's start with the mechanical pencil. This person is nice and you're not even paying attention. I'm new here. Where are you guys from? Oh, you guys are nice, having fun socializing. Can you make a red rose? Make a whirlpool with that conical shape? We're moving on to something new. Subscribe now. Rebecca, take my energy. It's like Goku. Okay, how about... Okay, let's do some gray paper. Okay, let's do some gray. Nice neutral color. Okay, now let's get some container shapes started. That's a dog, not a goat. Back, no answer. What do you mean, no answer? What are you guys trying to say? Ruff, ruff. Okay, now. Okay. Yeah, we got a woof woof. A doggy. Yeah, we got a doggy. I'll just say one word, mushroom dog. Yeah, we got Mushroom Dog. Let's go. He's got his own little umbrella. You guys see the Mushroom Dog? Are you even able to draw a dragon? How you answer our request, no questions asked? I mean, it's like a mushroom dog and some kind of dragon. You better watch out, that mycelium is powerful. Yeah, let's make some kind of dust, I guess. Arf. Arf. That. The dragon is very wary of the mycelium. Scales are hard. Jaguar plus cobra? What? Let's give it a little horn. How do you even make a jaguar? Oh yeah, they don't have stripes. Or do they? Wait, jaguars are different than cheetahs and tigers. The Jagobra! The Jagobra! Alright, let's work. Oh, we can finish this. You guys are getting me distracted. Hi, Shadow Blitz. You like the Jagobra and the mushroom dog and the dragon? You guys are giving me all sorts of weird ideas. Shadow Blitz, what do you think of the origin of man? Forbidden love affair between Gigatortoise and Blobfish created our very earliest ancestors of humankind, the Homo erection. Okay, so this is what caused all of planet Oith to be filled with human life forms, is the love between the Gigatortoise and the Blobfish. Okay, now let's go in with our... go in with some 2HB pencils. Okay. Dog, fish. Yeah, I'm not taking any more requests. We're just kind of freeform drawing now. You guys are influencing my work too much. Now we're just gonna kind of relax. Just do some random marks on the page. There might be some spores. You know, like how to draw an actual person character. What's your tips? Just the tip. Basically, you want to go in. You want to have the understanding that let's just draw a neutral pose. A human is a head, which is an oval. Now that is kind of like divided in two. Or I guess divided in four. You have a face and a head. It's actually two separate things, and the jaw is two parts of the head. Basically, then you have a spine that actually goes to the like kind of back of the head. This is the beginning of the spine. The spine goes down, and you have a box for a torso. It's like a box. And you have shoulders that go into the box. And you have below at the bottom you have another kind of trapezoid box for the pelvis. And this is that's where the gluteus maximus is, and that's where the legs start. You basically, from the shoulders, you have a group of cylinders, a joint. You have a joint here on the shoulder, joints here on the pelvis. You have a joint here for the elbow, and then you have another cylinder, and then you have another joint for the wrist, and then you have a kind of wedge shape for the hand. And you know, you repeat that. So basically, cylinder, joint, cylinder, joint, wedge. And remember, the thumb goes towards the body on each side. Then you have the same idea for the legs. You have two cylinders. And you have a joint, and then you have another part of the leg, joint, and then you have a wedge for the foot. Yeah, and then if we're gonna like in 3D space, right? Yeah, so basically there's like parts of there's like a trapezius or whatever you want to call that goes behind the head. This goes into like a collarbone towards the shoulder. This kind of it's a neck here, but it's like a bunch of muscles that connect behind the head. You have like halfway in the face, you have like an eye socket, pair of eye sockets. You have then like a nose bridge, and then you have like a mouth, like lips. Then you have hair. So head. Or bald, but... So, like, basically this, maybe I think I made the torso way too unproportioned, but, basically the same idea, right? You want to get the proportions better, but otherwise this is pretty much it. Looks a lot like you. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't so good, but I tried. Basically, you just do those studies of figure drawing. Start with the skeleton. It's basically an oval, a line for the spine, a box for the torso, and a box for the pelvis. And then understanding where the joints go, and the cylinders for arms and legs, and the wedge for the hands and feet. That's my understanding of the human body. You want to start from there. Don't worry about muscles and other anatomy until you've gotten the skeletal structure. So I still need to work on the skeletal structure. So until I have the skeletal structure pretty down, I don't really need to focus on muscle groups. Now, you don't have to really think about muscles in the same way that like a doctor has to. You don't need to know every single exact muscle. But you do have to understand like how the muscles like kind of group and how they interact when they're like twisting and moving. Are you in a relationship? I'm in a relationship with myself. It's complicated, actually. I'm kind of in a single relationship, but I have a lot of professional relationships with I'm in like clinical relationships, but that's different. That's not, I don't think that's what you mean by relationship. I think you mean like, you know, the kind of relationship where you're dating and such. I'm not in one of those, and I am polyamorous, but I don't really have any. I do have like people that are like friends that I can do stuff with, but I haven't really spent any time with those people in a while. There might be some good luck in my life pretty soon. And I almost didn't want to mention this, but basically, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but I've been talking about my living situation and how there's an agency looking for a housing opportunity for me, and it looks like some popped up. So I'm not getting my hopes up too much, but it looks like things are on the way. And I don't know, maybe pretty soon, like within the next month, you guys might see me streaming in a different place. I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm just trying to, that's what art is kind of helping me get through. I want to bring art into my new life. And so like right now, art is pretty much just a stabilizing force, but I want it to become a fundamental part of my identity, like drawing and painting. I want that to be developed long term. I want to see how far I can take it. But yeah, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up too much. I don't want to get my hopes up too much. Things might not be immediate, but it looks like things are opening up, and I might have some options. Maybe even really quickly. Maybe even next week, who knows? Is Chloe still here? What's your perfect partner? There is no such thing as a perfect partner. Just someone who respects my boundaries and fun to hang out with and likes to do fun stuff, not just, you know, obviously there's different ranges of activities. Sometimes I really just like having a play partner. Just, you know, having a physical contact in a pleasurable way. Sometimes I like people who just like to do fun things and talk about fun things and interesting things and doing stuff like both, you know, one-on-one, but also doing stuff as a group. I'm really kind of like, if you really think about it, even though I'm polyamorous, I'm kind of asexual, like, but, you know, minus the not having sex part. I'm not really looking for, I guess, aromantic is the answer. Not asexual, but like I'm basically aromantic. But I am pretty romantic, but not monogamous. If that makes any sense. Anybody I'm with would have to, you know, it'd be like a friend situation, but like friends with benefits. And those benefits are numerous and nuanced. So sometimes I actually think like cuddling is really important. And anyone I'm with would have to accept that I'm going to have multiple partners and not get jealous. So finding people like that is actually not as difficult as I thought it was. I think like not having expectations of being with just one person is sometimes really hard to find for people. I'm not one of those people that wants to be with only one person. It's really hard for a lot of people to comprehend that. But for the right people, it's the easiest thing in the world. Because they think the same way. They feel the same way. I don't like being tied down. I don't like having hard... I like certain things hard. I don't like having hard limits imposed on me. I like being dynamic, and as long as boundaries are being respected on a case-by-case level, there's really no such thing as a bad partner. For me, anyway. As long as they're respecting those boundaries. And as long as they know what they're getting themselves into. When somebody's getting into a relationship with me, they have to know that I'm autistic, I'm pansexual, I am polyamorous, and I'm not going to I'm not going to be sucked into drama or fights or anything like that. That's a hard boundary, that if somebody is going to be getting into drama with me, they can just go find somebody else. I don't want any drama in my life. I've had enough drama in my life. Hey Rain Gal, welcome back. Rain Gal, what do you think about Gigatortoise? And Claude the Blorbfish. Kenny the Gigatortoise. I'm back! This is the origin of humankind, Rainy Gal. Millions of years ago, the Gigatortoise and the Blorbfish had babies. And those babies are the Homo erectus. Our common ancestor. Okay? You know, so respect the Gigatortoise. He's got the jawline of champions that made humans possible. And the Blorbfish gave us our fatness. There's there's a mushroom dog and a cobra jaguar and a dragon, and that mycelium is quite powerful. Chat gave me suggestions on what to draw, and that's the result of me listening to chat. Okay, so you guys are a bad influence. Making me draw weird things. You didn't waste any. I have like thousands of papers. Shadow Blitz. By the way, sorry if I kind of like wasted one of your papers by just drawing. No, you didn't. I'm here to stream content for you guys. So doing things like this, I'm not amazing, super talented artist, but I can share my journey with you. And sometimes when you guys make suggestions, that's also really helpful because it kind of gets me moving. So don't ever think that anything you do is a waste. Definitely not taking notes. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, sorry if I've missed your chat. Sometimes I don't see all of it. But I will eventually get up to it. Sometimes I like to, check in with chat and scroll up, and I don't like missing chat. But if you're not here, then I'm sorry if I missed you. But I will do my best to get to your questions and your comments and such. Hey Sugar Cubes, how you doing? Is that mycelium? I have no idea what it is. This is just kind of abstraction of just doodling. I like to just kind of show up and do some drawing and enjoy the process and get used to the feeling of the tool, whatever medium I'm working with. And just kind of getting used to drawing over time. Not really trying to do anything in particular. As you can see, I kind of draw like at a third grader level when it comes to trying to do something very deliberate. That's something I need to work on over time. Trying to do like specific things, like especially without a reference. But even trying to do things with a reference, I kind of draw at a third grade level. Okay, I am just trying to show up and get used to drawing so that eventually I can start pushing myself to do better from reference and drawing more kind of advanced things. Cap. How's your day going? It's pretty good. Just kind of holding on. I got some kind of somewhat promising news today, so not really set in stone just yet, but I might be moving out pretty soon. I don't know how soon, but it looks like there's options. So it's going to be a little hectic until it's all set in stone, but pretty soon I might be streaming from a completely different location. So in a new environment. You guys might notice the difference when it's like maybe for a few days I won't be streaming. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be in a new environment. Yeah, the more I make, the more it'll get easier. I'm just, like I said, one of my recent YouTube shorts, I'm kind of doing a 3-month challenge of just trying to show up for at least 3 minutes a day. So today I've already showed up for 2 hours. So I've already met that goal. What time is it? It is 5:12 p.m. 17:12. And I'm getting hungry. We gotta heat up some deep dish pizza. I have the YouTube Shorts vertical stream has voted for 46% of something different. So 29% for deep dish pizza, 25% for cracker crust, and 46% for something different. So, you know, just people letting me know what kind of pizza they prefer, what kind of dough. Cracker crust is good because it's less carbs. Deep dish pizza is good because it's like a lot more toppings, but it has a lot of bread. So that's kind of more carbs. How do you sharpen the paper blender? You use like sandpaper. So like basically, in order to clean the blenders, for example, like this one, you just basically just rub it up against sandpaper. And it just scrapes it off. This is basically it's just paper, really. Make me hungry? You're fasting? Why don't you slow? Oops, I forgot to put the blender back. Well, how about we use the blender? No, I don't really want to do any blending. Oh, maybe? Let's do some blending. Ramadan? Oh. Good for you. Yeah, don't break your fast. Come on, Infestomania, calm down. Just eat like pigs when the sun sets? Oh, come on. Be respectful. Where the fuck is the corner piece of the puzzle? I have no idea, Wonder Pups. What are you making? I don't know. Are you live on YouTube? Yes. I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. Also on X. But but I never really get anybody talking there. I don't even know if it works half the time. But I'm putting it up there anyway, just because. What's the channel name? rebeccaloran. rebeccaloran. It's the same as my Twitch. Yeah, it's the same as Twitch. It's just a capital R and capital L, because it's my name. rebeccaloran. I'm a baddie. Do you have my corner piece? Hey, CJ! I don't have your corner piece, Wonder Pups. I'm sorry. Well then. Yeah, the blending added some additional kind of depth to it. Change in texture. Sugar. Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high. $2 hours. Yeah. Speaking of which, I think it's about time for me to call it for now. I had fun today. It's just yeah. I had fun today. We got some fun little doodles. Some of this, like, you know, inspired by chat messages. Your nickname is CJ? So you're CJ30. Are you connected with CJ333? And we got Gigatortoise. And Blorbfish. Kenny and Chloe. And we got a smiley face, and we got some weird, what is that? Squidward? I don't know, man. You're not throwing away your shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. I'm not throwing away my shot. Guess what's that from? I have no idea, Wonder Pups. But on that note, I'm gonna see ya. Okay. Let's go. Thanks everybody for joining today's stream. I had a lot of fun. And I've just been kind of continuing to show up to do my art journey, and I appreciate you all joining me for this. It's been really fun, and I enjoyed having some laughs, like with Gigatortoise. Gigatortoise is going to be my channel mascot now. But anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for typing in chat. Thank you for interacting and being kind to each other and all those kind of good things. Bye bye.